The tie has finished now between Newcastle and Arsenal. Newcastle are officially through to the Carabao Cup final. Now, this is a game which I thought would go Newcastle's way, to be completely honest with you, because Arsenal never really looked like the better team in this game. They never, ever really looked like the better team in this game. And I kind of did think that Newcastle would win this game. I didn't really think that Arsenal had a foot in this game, because Arsenal were 2-0 down anyway from the aggregate score, and they went into this game and snuffed it within the first sort of half an hour. Newcastle went 1-0 up through Alexander Isak, and then the goal was called offside. It was a very tight offside decision. And then they went on and scored the first actual goal, and then scored a second goal in the second half. Now, I never ever really thought Arsenal had a foot in this game, as I've just said. They were terrible tonight. This game does not reflect at all what happened on Sunday with Man City. It does not reflect anything of what happened on Sunday. What happened today is like, it's not a surprise, but it's totally different to what happened on Sunday, because they smashed Man City 5-1, and it's come to this, and they've lost 2-0 at St James's Park. I thought the score would be something to do with Newcastle winning this game, because of the ferocity of the atmosphere at St James's Park. Now, Newcastle go to the final with, I'd say, a very straightforward win against Arsenal today. Not many players from Arsenal's team played well at all. I'd say there was one or two, maybe. Not even that. No one really stood out today. Not even Lewis Skelly, Arsenal's new youngster. Raya made a couple of mistakes. The defence was sloppy in this game. The defence for the first goal was really sloppy. For Jacob Murphy's goal, Raya nearly conceded a goal to Anthony Gordon in the second half that should have gone in but didn't. It was from range, and I really do think that Arsenal could have played a lot better tonight had they have looked like they'd even tried. They need a striker. They desperately need a striker, because Kai Havertz can't do it for them. Kai Havertz isn't good enough, really. And you look at this game tonight, and it doesn't reflect on what happened on Sunday. Now, Liverpool do play against Spurs tomorrow at Anfield, a game in which I'm very nervous for, and a game in which Spurs fans are probably very nervous for as well, because it's only a 1-goal deficit, and I can't see Spurs winning this. I think last game that Spurs and Liverpool played against each other obviously it was unlucky that Liverpool got that loss. I think we sort of did lose unfairly in a way, because the man that scored, Lucas Bergvall, should not have been on the pitch when he scored that goal. But yeah, we just have to see what happens with tomorrow's game. But yeah, this game, yeah, I really do think that Arsenal could have shown a bit more of an attempt to try and win this tonight, because it was such a poor game by Arsenal. And whoever said that Van Dijk was better, whoever said that Saliba was better than Van Dijk, needs to go see their doctor. Really do, because I need to move my glasses because they're going to get scratched. That should not have been as hard as it was. But, yeah. I think comparing Saliba to Van Dijk is crazy. You can't do that. It's a criminal offence. Because Van Dijk is miles clear of Saliba this season. So I just don't get how you could compare the two, because they're not comparable. But I really, really do think that Arsenal, they didn't look up to it tonight. I think, to be honest, they came into this game thinking if we score first, then game's on. But Newcastle were the first scorers of this game, and after that I just thought, okay, it's 3-0 on aggregate. 1-0 in the game, 3-0 on aggregate. I don't think Arsenal are coming back from this. At half-time, I genuinely thought there's a chance Arsenal come back into this if they score 2 goals within the first sort of 10 minutes of the second half. But it didn't happen for Arsenal tonight. I thought maybe something might click in this game for Arsenal, but it just didn't. Nothing happened. And fair play to Newcastle. As much as a good team they are, I'm really nervous if we play them in the final. If we get to the final and play Newcastle, I'm probably going to be more nervous than when we played Chelsea last year in the League Cup final. Now, I think this is a fair result because Arsenal were horrendous tonight. Nonetheless, I think they could have played way better than they did. They didn't play well at all. And yeah, Newcastle were just the better team. Newcastle had the better players. Newcastle were the better team all around. Mikel Arteta's probably going to blame the pitch as the reason to why Newcastle lost. As to why Arsenal lost. Like the blame. Here's a list of excuses Mikel Arteta could use tonight. The grass was too wet. The advertising boards were too bright. It was too loud in the stadium, so the players couldn't hear each other. Alexander Isak was too good. He was too warm. Mikel Arteta was too warm to manage, so it was unfair. The ball was too misshapen. He could use any of them excuses. I don't know. He couldn't use any of them. Yeah, he hadn't had a water break at half time. He could use any of these excuses because he probably will. He'll probably excuse the fact that Arsenal lost because of the ball or because the pitch was too wet, anything like that. But yeah, I think that Arsenal got a humbling from Newcastle tonight. They humbled Man City and they're the ones who have been humbled tonight. Like, Arsenal have really had a taste of their own medicine tonight. And you can't really say any further than that because Arsenal were the ones giving it on Sunday and they were the ones receiving it tonight. So, swings and roundabouts. But yeah, I really do think Arsenal could have given this a better go because this was pathetic from Arsenal tonight. It really was. It was so bad. I think they could have given it a bit more of a go. They weren't good enough. They need a striker, ultimately. They need a striker. They weren't good enough. Newcastle were the way better team. Newcastle deserved this result tonight. And Arsenal just didn't really deserve anything out of this game. And I really do think that Arsenal going forward need to genuinely think about getting a striker. They just need a rebuild because if they want to win the league, my God, they're not going to do it this season. They need to get a striker in the summer. They need to sell Havertz. Get some money for Havertz and then go out and buy Victor Gyökeres. Because without him, you're not good enough. You're not good enough. I mean, with Saka and Gabriel Jesus out, yes, that affects the team. And I'd say that Jesus is probably better than Havertz. But you just need a striker. I wouldn't even say Jesus is good at that time. It is that good at times. So, yeah. They just need a change. And they just need to change the striker. Because the striker they have at the minute, Kai Havertz, just isn't good enough. And I think they could do things a lot better. They could have done so much more with this game tonight, but they didn't. And they chose to lose this game. And they were the worst team out of the two. And they got what they were given. They got spanked in this game. They got absolutely spanked. 4-0 on aggregate, 2-0 in the game. Newcastle deserve what they got tonight, which was a win and a place in the final of the League Cup. And they're going to find out who they will play in the League Cup final tomorrow, which I am very nervous for. But yeah, Newcastle deserved this tonight. Newcastle were very, very good tonight. You know what, I don't have anything against Newcastle. Yeah, praise to him this season because they've been extraordinary. Alexander Isak needs to give himself a pat on the back and hold his head high because he is an amazing footballer. His work tonight to, get Newcastle and the rest of the team into that final was amazing. He's such a good footballer, and I can see a big team picking him up in the summer if he is willing to leave Newcastle. Newcastle fans, your team's in a League Cup final. How do you feel about that? Comment, like, subscribe, turn your post notifications on every time. You'll get a video. You'll get a video notification every time I post if you do that. So yeah, peace out. See you in a bit. Yeah, peace out.